Hey guys, today with a little digression in the matter of attachment and attraction. I am aware that this is always a matter of interpretation and some of you, for example, interpret the attachment differently than I do. But since I keep bringing up the two terms, I think it's important that you know what exactly I'm talking about and why it's so important to understand how both work. So let's start from the beginning. Attraction. This describes how two people feel about each other. When you meet for the first time and immediately notice that there is this tension in the air, when you hang on each other's lips, when you are captivated by the appearance and, I almost want to say, the aura of your counterpart. You simply feel irresistibly attracted to each other. If this is not there, it will be difficult or at least exhausting to awaken the interest of your counterpart. It is doable and you can increase the attraction with time by making yourself more interesting, but this should not be the focus of the video. So we start from this condition, so that the attraction is given in the best case from the beginning. The limerence then builds on this. The infatuation phase, in which we do not perceive many negative characteristics of our, now perhaps already partner as so bad, and the positive characteristics provide us again and again wonderful moments together with him. This is the point where the attachment comes into play. The limerence, triggered by a high attraction, is only good to bind you together as soon as possible. The beautiful moments, no rather key moments for you, become memories that you want to relive over and over again. The closeness and the smell of your partner go into your memory and you can recall that even when he is not with you. The attachment is something that never decreases, but permanently increases as long as the attraction is above a certain point. As soon as the infatuation phase subsides and is perhaps only felt in spurts from time to time, for example, when you look at your partner after a long time and you do have tummy tingles, the attachment process slows down. Logically, if you look at it from an evolutionary point of view, in which it was important to quickly build up a certain basic level of it in order to raise the resulting children after falling in love. Completely without that, the family would be a concept that would seem strange to us today. But the attachment rises and rises, unless the attraction falls too much. Why is that? Because the attraction is in relation to the feelings you have for each other. We'll take women as an example now, since men have a somewhat stupid relationship to their feelings. Short explanation: women act according to their feelings at this moment. If everything is fine one week and hell the next, they tend to break up sooner than men. They sit it out and think more romantically and logically in their own way. A bad week doesn't make that much difference. I'm over-dramatizing this a bit now. It's rare that one bad week makes the difference, but in the same situation, women are just more emotional and pay more attention to what they're feeling at that moment. So where were we? Attraction is relative to feelings. When attraction is at its maximum, a woman will only have eyes for her man. All others are louses and sexually just WA with diuresis. If the attraction decreases with time, confirmation and attention from the outside becomes interesting, but not to the extent that the woman would leave her husband, in whom she has put future plans and whom she still loves. But the point comes when the attachment no longer continues and she worries because something is wrong. Her feelings are no longer the same for him and she sees him in a completely different light than she did before. Let alone in the very beginning when he was the one man. The one she wanted to spend her life with, the one she couldn't stay away from. The one for whom she would have traveled across continents and given a damn about anything. It's not like that anymore. The more the attraction sinks, the more difficult it is for her to imagine a future together with him. At first, she may think to herself, this will come back on its own. But now she watches him and herself closely and is aware that the feelings are sinking more and more. The self-worth is sinking and she thinks something is wrong with her, then it could be the relationship itself. Why is she just not happy anymore, and in the end she ends up with the man himself? Could he be the problem? Doesn't she deserve a relationship where she can be happier? Does she want to spend her entire life with someone for whom she will have fewer and fewer feelings? At some point, the point has come at which she has either very few or no more feelings that can go beyond any friendship. Mostly in connection with quarrels that have nothing to do with the actual topic but with her own insecurity, this then comes to light and is like a slap in the face for both. Because now it is outspoken, and as I already explained in other videos, now everything the man does is worthless for her, because he just wants to save the relationship, but she already has no feelings for him anymore, so this just shows her that he is not able to restore the feelings and attraction. Because attraction is kept high in different situations by different actions. That's where we have to start again from the beginning. In the beginning, when you don't know a woman yet, in the best case it is already there and is increased by a lot with each other and attractive, self-confident behavior. Later within the relationship, small tests, also called shittests of the woman, ensure that she continues to be secure with her man, seeing that he is still the one and can handle them. Additionally, they are actions that give her security and keep the man's value or attractiveness high. From the time when there is hardly any attraction left and no more feelings because the man either did something very stupid or failed too many shittests over a long period of time, thus not behaving like the man whose potential she saw in him in the beginning, then only one thing will bring the attraction back. And that is to know your self-worth and not get involved in this game. She can't imagine at that moment exactly what it's like without him, because she can repress the attachment, but she's not yet at the point she needs to bring herself to in order to separate. They include such actions as downplaying the attachment, bad-mouthing the man to herself, and seeing every negative, unattractive action from him as confirmation that he is no longer the one. None of that has happened yet, and so you can easily say, "You don't feel anything for me anymore? Thank you, that's all I need to know. I can't and won't do it that way, take care." This turns the game around and allows you to regain just enough attraction over time to be able to work with her again. Because without attraction and feelings, each of your active deeds towards her is worth shit. There is also a video coming soon titled, "Everything I did for her within the relationship is now worth nothing." So it is. She doesn't feel anything for you anymore? The attraction is gone? Then for her you are someone who can no longer give her what she wants and needs. Let the sentence go through your mind exactly like this. You are someone who can no longer give her what she wants and needs. You can try and you will show her that it has no effect on her. Because without attraction and the corresponding feelings, your actions will only cause her incomprehension, which is why you don't want to understand that it's useless. About the existing attachment, you can get them back, if you have already messed up a lot and they have broken up. As I said, it never goes down. You are thereby part of their past, and at certain moments the life-changing decision of breaking up and doubting it, or violent moments in their life, brings them back to the point where they doubt everything or they are reminded of you. And if that's just a certain smell, that's enough sometimes. But can also lead to the point where they feel misunderstood by the world because the 10th relationship has failed and they are starting to think themselves the reason why. That's when some of the attachment hits and they wonder what's actually going on with you and why you hopefully haven't contacted them again. So that was a typical run-through of how attraction works in a relationship. I hope you were able to get your part out of it and I didn't get too caught up in what I see every day. If you have any questions or an idea what I could go into more detail, feel free to write it in the comments. And of course, as always, attraction and attachment are human concepts. This doesn't apply to women alone. Men are perhaps generally a little differently knitted, but the attachment claps with us just as after a long time still, and the attraction leaves us like times the one or other woman on a pedestal, where she has no business, because that kills the attraction over time by our own behavior. Take care, and until the next video.